What's up? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening to whenever you find this video. I do appreciate you tuning into my channel. As I always do, I always encourage you guys to hit the like and subscribe button. As we always have intelligent dialogue. And I like to get right into it as always. So Father's Day is coming up in a couple days. And today I'm celebrating my birthday. I'm turning 41. And I was thinking about what I wanted to make a video on. And I wanted to make a video on why reparations won't save the black family. But I was having a conversation with one of my closest friends who I grew up with, and I love her. We always been cool, but she's a lesbian, and she's what you would call probably a stud. And we was having a conversation how the black father is being dropped from the black family. And she told me something that I don't know is true. But she said the reason why black women will always claim and be okay with being single is because she said most black women, she didn't say all, she said most black women will always support Pride Month, and they will always speak out and stand with the Democratic Party because they feel like black women have to always be the leader because they don't want to be led by a black man. And she also said, this is very controversial. Now, I don't know if this is true. She said, most black women are really gay. She said, black women do not want to be led by a black man because most black women are only comfortable with being led by other black women, and that most black inner city women are gay. This is coming from a stud woman, and she started to break it down. And she said that she's been with a lot of women who are married. And she go on these girls' trips, and all the girls are involved with each other. But they never tell their significant others or husbands or whatever. So they go on all these fancy trips, and they're in all these secret sex relationships, and they never tell their husband. They never tell their husband. They never tell their boyfriend or whoever they talk to. Now, I don't know if this is true, but she said she's the one who's always freaking out all the girls on these all-girls trips. And she said they bring all the little dildos and all the little vibrators, and they had these lingerie parties, and they have fun. And they don't feel like they should have to tell their significant other that this is happening, because this is girl on girl. Yeah. And she said that most men will never know that this is what's going on, because I'll be honest, can't speak for all men. My everyday life is so busy that I would never really try to focus on something like that. You know, I'm so busy running my business, trying to keep up on what's going on in my life. That would be something most heterosexual men don't even think like that. You know, most heterosexual men just think, oh, she's going to hang out with the girls, you know. And most of the time, as men, we just so happy to get a break. We don't even consider no shit like that. You know. But this woman who's close, and I don't believe in Pride Month, and she knows this. But we still cool. That's why a lot of times black people don't understand. We could disagree and still be cool. I don't believe in a man should be with a man. I don't believe a woman should be with a woman. I just don't. But that don't mean I don't love you with the strength of Christ. And that don't mean I don't understand. It's just my belief in Jesus Christ prohibits me from going along with the world. But I understand I can't change everybody, and I'm not trying to change nobody. But she told me that she just went to a lingerie party. Now keep in mind, I live in the city of Detroit. The city of Detroit is very strong. It's a very strong community for the gay community. The mayor supports Pride Month. The governor supports Pride Month. So in these urban cities, this is what's going on. But she said my stud friend, who she's super cool. I love her. She almost like, we just always been cool. She said she just went to a lingerie party, and she said majority of the women at this lingerie party were married or they had a boyfriend. And she said she freaked them all out. And they all went home to their boyfriend or their husband. And their husbands would never know. Because they called it a girls' night out. So, most black men, I think, feel like they not worried about another girl. They don't, they cool with it. They think it's cool. But this is what's really going on. This is what's going on. And I do agree, most times as men, we'll never know. Because you can't, it's impossible to police a female. And I've never been the type of person to check phones or go behind and check text messages. And I believe most heterosexual men, most alpha men, we don't really roll like that. You know, most alpha males, we just don't think like that. We just don't have the time. But I need to know, do y'all believe that most women, African American women, just like the company of men, and they just like having a man, but they rather be with another woman? Do you guys really believe that? Because statistics say that that's true. And if you notice, I haven't been to the club in a long time. But the last time I went, and I watch a lot of like clubbing YouTube videos and stuff like that, and most times the females don't dance with the women, the dudes. They dance on the women. You know? That's more times than not. You know? Most women dance on women. They not really dancing on a man. You know what I'm saying? They dancing on another woman. So let me know what y'all feel. Let me know how it's going. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you disagree with me. Let me know if you think what I'm saying is straight BS. Let me know if you think what I'm saying is the truth. I love you guys with the strength of Christ. This Untouchable Conservative. I'm out.